Hey, what's going on YouTube? Fonz Green here with Dirt and Diamonds Gaming. We're 7 days away from early access for College Football 25, and today I want to talk about cut and what players you should consider taking with your pre-order packs. Now, if you're one of the people that pre-order the game before June 27th, you get an additional pack compared to everybody else. This pack is your Heisman Hopeful pack. It gives you a choice of 5 players between Carson Beck, Caleb Downs, Zachariah Branch, Will Johnson, and Ashton Jeloty. I want to say it's Jeloty. Beck is a quarterback out of Georgia. Caleb Downs is a free safety out of Ohio State. Zachariah Branch is a wide receiver out of USC. Will Johnson is a cornerback out of Michigan. And Ashton Jeloty is a left end out of Louisville. Of these 5 players, you get to choose one. Now, who you choose, it does matter, but it doesn't matter. There's going to be enough pre-order choices between all the packs that you're basically going to be able to run one quarterback out of whichever one you choose if you want. This seems to be the only one that gives you a free safety choice. And out of everybody, I would lean towards Caleb Downs. And the reason why I say that is he's got 84 speed, which is one of the highest speed ratings that we've seen so far that have been revealed. He also has 80 zone. His man coverage isn't great, but he does have 80 hit power with 80 play rec. It is possible you might be able to bring him down and use him as your user. It really depends how they allow you to maneuver the different players. The one thing that you have to keep in mind with all the players in the pre-order, and you're going to see it on the cards, is that they have 0 abilities. Anybody who watched the gameplay trailer, well, the full gameplay, I should say, that came out the other day, most of those players did have abilities on them. And I don't know how steep of a difference it's going to be. Also keep in mind that, these are going to be your, I don't want to say base cards, so there'll be cards that are left in them, but they're not going to be your top tier cards coming out. So they're not going to have really high attributes. They're going to be relevant for a week, maybe 2. I would say 3 tops, and that's really, really pushing it. But you're going to look for guys that have good speed. You're going to look for guys that have good acceleration. If you're looking for a quarterback, it depends what type of offense you're going to run, but you're either want a guy that's got good speed or at least semi-decent throwing power. I don't know if there's a quarterback yet that they've shown that has over 80 speed, although they have yet to show the team packs where you get 1 out of 134 that you get to pick. But for me, I want to say I'm probably going to go with Caleb Downs if I had the choice. Let's just take one more look. Branch isn't bad. He's got 80 for his deep route running with 83 speed and 83 acceleration, 83 catch. However, there are receivers that you could take in other pre-order packs that you might be a better bet. Again, same with Will Johnson. He's got 83 speed with 84 acceleration, 82 jump, 82 man, 79 zone. I'm more of a zone guy than a man guy, at least at the start, because man is just so bad at the start of any type of ultimate team, where you can try to hide guys with zone coverage and then just apply pressure. Yeah, again, there's other places where you can grab a corner. There's basically, like I said, I think this is the only pack that offers you a free safety that you could possibly grab. Moving on from that, we have your college football alumni pack, the ultimate alumni pack, which has A.D. Mitchell. It's probably going to be my pick. It does have Michael Penix Jr. You got Peyton Wilson, Quinton Mitchell, Blake Corum, Jordan Morgan, J.C. Latham, Jared Verse, Cooper DeJean, and Brock Bowers. So this is where it gets a little tricky in the sense that A.D. Mitchell's got 83 speed with 86 jumping, 81 catch, 80 catch in traffic, 80 spec catch. He's at 80 short route, 78 mid route, and 77 deep route. It's not the best, but for where the starting point is, it's definitely not the worst. Cooper DeJean has 80 zone with 82 acceleration, 80 speed, and 82 awareness. He's only got 78 jumping, and he's only got 80 agility. He's 76 man coverage. The 82 play rec is nice. He's only got 76 press. None of these are going to be great cards. You're going to try to look for guys that have a certain attribute that seems to be higher than the rest, and then you're going to go from there. It's going to be, the gameplay is obviously going to be faster than Madden based on what they showed us. Essentially, abilities are going to dominate the game, and it's the way that it should be, because when you're playing on the college level, there are only certain players that are that top tier talent. In terms of Ultimate Team, it's going to take a while to get all those guys out, and whoever's the first players that get abilities are going to be the guys that are going to be like your main players that you really want to, mold your offense around and focus that way. Moving on from Cooper Dean, we've got Blake Corum. He's got 81 speed with 83 acceleration. He's got 80 brake tackle, 81 truck. His change of direction is only 78. He's got a 65 catch. Not my guy. I like the brake tackle and I like the trucking, but not. He's got 82 carrying. He's not the worst. But if I had to pick right now, I'd be looking at 80. JC Latham is, well, if you want to build your offensive line, you can build your offensive line. I'm not sure how fast they're going to release offensive linemen. It's kind of like uncharted waters. We haven't had an Ultimate Team for college football since 14. Offensive linemen typically in Madden are expensive. It's 89s come out and they're like 100,000 coins or so, or around that range, because there's no offensive lineman. That said, if you build a proper scheme with your offense, you can probably get away with not really having fantastic offensive linemen. Out of everybody, it might be in your best interest to go with an offensive lineman, just because of the fact that those other cards are probably going to be phased out relatively quickly, whereas, at least from Madden, offensive linemen are usually slowly bled into the game. Just a thought, although I would still be leaning with Mitchell at this point. Jordan Morgan's another guy. I mean, he's an offensive lineman. Peyton Wilson, they really screwed him on his speed. He's a middle linebacker, but they only gave him 77 speed with 80 acceleration. He's got good hit power. His block shed's not great. His zone coverage is okay for a linebacker. 82 tackle, 82 play rec. He was a monster this last year in college. It's a shame what they had to do with the stats for these guys. In terms of Michael Penix, he has 76 speed. He's got 83 throw power. His deep ball's okay. His throwing to pressure's okay. His throwing the run's okay. His play action kind of sucks. His mid accuracy is all right. If you need a quarterback, you could do worse. I would probably take him over Beck, although the one thing that I will say is that lefty quarterbacks have always felt funky in EA games. If anybody used to run around Michael Vick, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. All the plays when EA puts them together, they really seem like they're designed for right-handed quarterbacks. And it feels weird. I don't know if it's a visual thing or what, but just keep in mind he's a lefty. Now, the last guy, I think it's the last guy for the Ultimate Alumni pre-order, is going to be Brock Bowers. And he's got 81 speed with 76 strength and 82 catch in traffic. And his run blocking is 76, which is kind of nice. He could potentially be somebody that you might want to consider, because as I said before, I expect them to phase these cards out relatively quickly. Tight ends, linemen, they might take a little longer to get phased out. He's got enough stats where even if he's not your main guy in 2 weeks, because of the fact that he does have a decent run block number and he does have some decent speed, where he could still be your number 2, or you could potentially fill him in at your fullback spot and he could still do something for you. If I don't go with A.D. Mitchell, then I would actually probably consider using Brock Bowers. And it looks like I forgot about 2 guys. So Quinyon Mitchell is a zone corner. He's got 82 speed with 82 acceleration, 81 agility, 81 jump, decent play record 82. His man coverage is 81. His zone coverage is 79. He's got 80 press. If you want to try to mess with a man cover corner, this might be your guy. It really depends on what type of scheme that you're running. Again, corners are tough early in the year, just because of the fact that their numbers just really aren't that great. And it's one of those things that doesn't quite translate like other sport games do, where it's, if schemed properly, it's readily apparent that they can't keep up. The last guy on our list from the Ultimate alumni is going to be Jared Verse. He's got 77 speed with 80 strength, 80 tackling, 79 block shed, an 82 power move, 76 finesse move, 76 play rec, and an 81 acceleration. He's not the worst idea, although I will say that if you're running the proper scheme, your defensive linemen or your linebackers or your defensive backs, whoever you're sending, they're going to be able to break free. This probably would not be the guy that I pick. Again, I think that I would rather go with A.D. Mitchell or Brock Bowers. Now, you do have your choice of one of three cover athletes, whether it be Travis Hunter, Quentin Ewers, or Donovan Edwards. Now, we've bypassed running back through the first couple, and I'm still not crazy about the quarterback. His throw power is not great. His speed's not great. If I had to choose and I needed a quarterback, I would probably wind up going with Beck. I think I'd probably go with Beck for the quarterback. I would bypass Ewers, and I would go with Donovan Edwards for my running back, with his 81 speed, 81 acceleration, 80 carrying, and 80 break tackle, with his 81 change of direction and his ability to catch out of the backfield. Again, no abilities, not going to be the same card that you watched during the gameplay, but still not a bad idea. This Quinn Ewers card it's not good. At least I don't think it's going to be good. He doesn't have the speed that you would like. He doesn't really have the throw power that you like compared to the other options. I mean, Penix is faster and has better throw power than he does. I don't understand why they did the cover athletes dirty the way they did. Travis Hunter, I know I've seen people talk about him being a dual threat on Twitter. They only show him as a wide receiver here. He might be able to play as corner also, but I would definitely make sure of that before I went and took him. Because at least that way you're potentially getting two positions for the price of one, which you have to do that. But if you can't, then I would probably go with Donovan Edwards. Now, one thing to note, and I don't know how much it's actually going to matter early, but it seems like each of these players are going to come with chemistries. They're going to come with chemistries from their college, and they're going to come with chemistries from the scheme that they're running. However, I don't know how much of a difference that actually makes right now, to be honest. Finding enough guys that are actually going to fit a specific scheme this early, I wouldn't put too much weight in it. I don't know how many cards they require you to have for the scheme to actually work. I know with Madden, it used to be, well, from a team chemistry standpoint, Madden, it was like 50 players and you get some sort of crazy boost. Way back when, like Madden 17, it required you to have X amount of players that would run like zone coverage or 3-4 outside linebacker or some other crap. It's a little too early. I wish they would do a little bit of a deeper dive on that. If they have already, you'll have to forgive me. I may have missed the video, but I don't really think that I did. They really haven't done much in terms of Ultimate Team yet. It's been the Dynasty stuff and the recruiting a little bit, and then the gameplay. And this is cool, and it's nice because it'll give them an opportunity to bring in some guys that didn't really have a really great professional career. Like they could bring in Tim Couch, or they could bring in Ryan Leaf, or they could bring in Jamarcus Russell, because he was really good when he was with LSU, but God, he was not good with the Raiders. Brady Quinn was fantastic. Jeff Samardzija was awesome with Notre Dame, and then he decided to play baseball instead, and you never saw a card of his in Madden. Tom Zbikowski was a great safety when he was with Notre Dame. Andy Katzenmoyer was an awesome linebacker with Ohio State. Scott Frost, I want to say it was Scott Frost. He was a quarterback in Nebraska when I was a kid. And I know he was coaching there. I don't know if he's still actually coaching there now or not. But he'd be a cool addition because the way he can run the optional offense. You've got Kajana Carter from Penn State, who was a really high draft pick and didn't turn into anything with, I think it was the Bengals. Pretty sure it was the Bengals. Point being that this opens up a door to a whole nother set of players that we haven't seen in Madden. Now again, I don't want them to sink all their money into this version of the game. It's really supposed to be about Dynasty. I'm just saying it'll be cool. Like, try it out for a month, whatever. Make sure you get your Dynasty game in. I know everybody's really, really jonesing for that fix with the roster building and the recruiting and the Dynasty building and taking a smaller program and really building them up, or starting off with a small program and then leaving, seeing what offers you get as you progress as a head coach. And there's a whole lot of different ways to do it. And then you've got your online Dynasty with all your friends, or however, whether you're doing it through a Discord or just people that you know from your immediate area. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. This is just another wrinkle. I'm hoping that it doesn't take over this game like Mutt took over Madden. But I guess we'll see. It's really whatever generates them the most money. So I'm sure they'll find some way to incorporate something where, like, you can use whatever college football points you're getting from your pre-order and upgrade your coaching staff or some crap. They're always trying to find a way to make money. Let's not pretend they're not. But with that said, it's been a decade and it's finally back, and it's pretty fucking exciting. Now, I will say this. My plan is going to be Donovan Edwards. I think I'm gonna go Donovan Edwards. I'm gonna go with Beck as my quarterback and not Penix, and then I am going to flip a coin between A.D. Mitchell and Brock Bowers, and those are going to be my three. I'll take Mitchell because of his speed, because I'll still be able to use him somewhere, whether it be in the slot or outside for as long as I can. Donovan because of the fact that he's got the receiving ability, and then Beck because Dewars is I don't think he's going to be good. Penix, I really don't want to mess with the lefty, and that's really it. Although I might skip the quarterback altogether. I know that just came out of left field, but I still kind of like that free safety. Downs, right? It was Caleb Downs. Pretty sure it was Caleb Downs. Yeah, Caleb Downs from Ohio State. So it's really all about decisions. And again, they haven't shown us who you get out of the pack with 134 players. Although I can't imagine they're going to be as high as the Heisman hopefuls, the alumni, or the cover athletes. I would expect them to be just a little tier one, probably one tier lower, 1 or 2 points overall. They're 79, 80, probably an 80. I don't think they dropped 79, but it'll be somewhere on the bottom half, I'm sure. If you found any of this helpful, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, clicking the notification bell. If you want to leave a comment about who you're picking, then please do. If you want to leave a comment telling me that I'm out of my mind because I don't know what I'm talking about, I'd love to have the conversation. That's pretty much it. We've got less than a week to go. If you want to comment what type of bundle you bought, whether you bought the MVP that you got Madden 2, or if you just bought this one because you're tired of Madden, let us know. As always, I appreciate the time. And until next time, you have a good one.